What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are continuing with the simulating 3 years in the future and doing the rebuild from there. We've done this in the last two videos, so if you've not seen it, I'll explain it a little bit more once again in the video, but today we're going to be doing it with the Toronto Raptors. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one, subscribe if you are new to the channel. As always, greatly appreciated. You guys seem to be enjoying these, so we're going to keep doing them until you don't enjoy them. So the Toronto Raptors, and of course until the season's over, because that's when I'll get into the offseason rebuilds, but basically, what's going to happen if you have not watched this series yet, it's not really going to be a series where I do every single team, but I'm just kind of going with the flow right now. So what we're doing is, what I have been doing is I've been simulating 3 years in the future, but I don't control the team for the next 3 years. Right now, we're in start today, March 2023, of course, but we simulate to the offseason of 2026, and I let the assistant GM, CPU, do whatever they want with the roster. You got trades on, they can go make signings, they could draft players, whatever it takes, and then I will take over the team in 2026. So basically, kind of resetting the league in a way, I guess, in 3 seasons, because things happen, obviously. So I will see you guys in the offseason of 2026 with this Raptors squad. Obviously, it'll look totally different once we get there, but Siakam, Fred VanVleet, a lot of these guys may not even be a Raptor 3 years from now. Who knows if they'll resign Siakam? That's up to the CPU, the assistant GM. So I'll see you guys in the offseason of 2026. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player props app that allows you to choose overs or unders on your favorite players that you enjoy watching each and every day. It is available on mobile or desktop, and this is how it looks. They give you the number, and you're going to choose over or under on it. They pretty much have every sport you can imagine, whether it's soccer, NFL, NHL. They have a ton of different options. So this is how it works. You choose between 2 to 6 players, 2 being 3 times your money, all the way up to 6 players, 25 times your money. PrizePicks has just elevated my watching experience to a whole new level. So if you want to sign up, I also have some of my entries as examples here. That way you can kind of see how it works. But if you want to sign up, links in the description. Use code Crushables. They match your deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. Thank you, PrizePicks, for sponsoring today's video. We've officially made it to the offseason of 2026, and the way I always like to start these things, I like to look at the league history to see what's been going on. So if we go look at league history and see what's been happening, so MVP has been LaMelo Ball twice in a row with Garland and then Jokic, and then I like to look at the champions. You got Kate Cunningham, Shea for the Thunder, then Cleveland, and then Atlanta. So all these young up-and-coming squads out here winning championships. All right. Now it is time to see what we're working with. What is this Raptors team doing? What has the assistant GM been up to? Is Siakam still here? Is OG still here? Moment of truth. And we do still have Barnes, and Siakam is still here as well. Okay, then they have Okongwu on a $31 million contract. Okay. Gary Trent. We have Nick Smith Jr. here again, which is interesting. Jaden McDaniels, Corey Kispert, D'Anthony Melton, Delano Banton, Marcus. Actually, this roster is not half bad. It's not terrible by any means. I do like that we still have Barnes and he's locked up now. On Okongwu, I don't mind that pickup either. He's very good, very solid center. You got Siakam, who is up there in age, just averaged 21 points per game, 35% shooting from 3, 8 rebounds. I mean, I might trade Siakam here. I guess it just kind of depends. I do like I said, Okongwu and Gary Trent. He's a free agent, so we'll have to figure out what we do with him. And as far as how this last season went, we ended up being the 3rd seed. So it looks like we're still a pretty solid playoff team in the Eastern Conference. So that's good. Now we can just kind of go from here and see what we want to do going forward with this Raptors squad. So maybe we have a future draft pick from some trade we made, but I highly doubt it. So let's go straight to the lottery and see if we're holding anyone's draft pick. It's probably not the case, though. So Thunder have number 1 via the Clippers. No surprise there. And then as far as our pick is concerned, do we have one in this draft? Yes, we do at 23. I think the first step is I'm going to try to trade Siakam. I think I am going to trade Siakam. He's up there in age, and it looks like we kind of have a younger roster, and he's over 32 at this point, that I feel like we can get something pretty good for him before he starts to go down in overall too much, because I'm assuming that decline will start soon, at least here in 2K. I'm not saying in real life, but in 2K, we already have enough staff positions filled, I guess. All right, let's go to draft night, and let's look for a Siakam trade. I think that's where we're going to start things. I don't necessarily hate Siakam by any means, but I just want to take advantage of his trade value while we can, so we can get for him and see if there's a younger piece we can get for Siakam. So these offers that we have in the trade finder aren't half bad, to be honest with you. I'm looking at a couple of them. So Tyler Hero and a 1st round pick. I actually kind of like that value for Siakam. Kind of kind of digging it, to be honest with you. And then this Mitchell one is also pretty interesting, although he didn't do anything too crazy, but he is an 85 overall. And then DiVincenzo. But honestly, I am leaning towards that Tyler Hero signing. I think he'd be pretty solid. You also got like Cat and Jordan Poole, but Tyler Hero can be an absolute dog in the simulation, and also getting a first round pick. I'm gonna do this trade 9 times out of 10. I think we win that. And I don't know what the Miami Heat are working with now, but they have Jimmy Butler still, so it looks like maybe they're capitalizing. I guess Jimmy and Bam are both free agents, but maybe they're gonna re-sign both of them, and now they have Siakam to form a big three there. And then Nick Smith Jr. Did I load the same draft class twice, or is this different draft classes? Just have I might have loaded the same draft class twice. I don't know. We got to figure that out real quick. Did I do that? I gotta see. Well, I guess today we have 2 Victor Wembanyama's, 2 Scoot Hendersons in the league. So we're just going to roll with it. I already simulated to this point, so I messed up, but that's okay. We have 2 duplicates everywhere across the league. So let's not sweat it too much. I think this year I actually had the draft class correct, though. So yeah, I do. So let's go to 2020, or let's go to our 23rd overall pick and see what we can get here. So we got Davis Ray, James Najee, Nigel Walls, got Ollie, Donovan Klein, Bryce Hurd. I don't even know what we need the most, but I'm going to take Davis Ray here at 23. He may not even play a huge part of what we do going forward, but he may be a rotational piece. It just kind of depends. But as you guys know, the further you go into these simulations, you know how crazy it can get as far as overalls are concerned. So he may never do anything for us, but he could be a nice trade chip later on. So free agency time. We have Gary Trent as a free agent, Banton, Sasser, and then Koloko. I wonder if we have any money. Probably not, since we just obviously have Hero's contract and Barnes. So probably don't have any money. Yeah, Nkongwu was making some money. Nick Smith Jr. is probably on the last year of his rookie deal. So right now he's our point guard, averaging 21 points per game. So that's fine with me. And he's up to an 82 overall. Kisper is not a bad backup. If we look at our current rotation right now, we got 8 Holloway as a backup, which that's fine. Also has an A+ 3-point shot. Hero, D'Anthony Melton, and then BJ Davis Ray we just took. We have Corey Kisper as a backup small forward, and then we have Nkongwu as a center. I think I might move Barnes to the 4. He'll stay the same, and then Kispert may start or he may not. It just kind of depends. What kind of money do I have? I probably should just resign Gary Trent Jr. I don't think I should really overthink this, so I am just going to do that. I don't know what I'm going to do with him just yet, but I am going to re-sign him. Worst case scenario, we can go, obviously trade his salary later on. So welcome back, Gary Trent Jr. And then let's see what else we can do. So we got a backup point guard, Alvarado, if we wanted it, but we don't need to do that. Marshall, Finney Smith, Washington's also a pretty solid addition. So what do I need the most? Because I just got Gary Trent, and we have Melton, of course. We definitely need a better small forward. I mean, Corey Kispert probably could get the job done, especially averaging 47% from 3. That's definitely like really good elite shooting. You'd love that in your starting 5. Maybe a backup center would probably be what we need the most. So let's go see if we can get that here. It's got Zubac as a backup, which I think is actually really solid. So give me Zubac as a backup center going forward. I'm actually going to give him a 3-year deal. I don't think we should mess around and let him go for another like 3 years. It'll be pretty good for us. So I'm gonna go with that. We get him, and we still have a trade exception, I guess, as well with Siakam's contract. And we should have Koloko. Oh, then McDaniels. Can I re-sign McDaniels to a nice contract, or is that not going to be possible? I might not have his bird rights. Yeah, he wants way too much money. We don't have his bird rights. And then last but not least, let's go to day 12 and see if we can pick up anybody else. Because worst case scenario, we could use them in a trade at the deadline or later this offseason, whatever we want to do. So day 12, let's see if there's any solid players we can sign on day 12 and get a steal here. So on day 12, let's see. Can we get anybody good? Delano Banton, we still have bird rights on, so we should both get we get Sasser back and Banton, so we have plenty of depth there. Josh Hart, yeah, there's really no one here, I don't think. So unless there's anybody, I honestly at this point we should probably just re-sign. Like, can I get Dinwiddie on the last day? Minimum contract? Yeah, he's not gonna go with that. Okay, so I'm gonna resign Banton, and then Sasser will come back on his qualifying offer, and then Koloko. I might just resign all these guys actually. So I'm gonna give Koloko a 2-year deal. I'm gonna give Sasser a 2-year deal as well, 3 years. That's fine. And then Banton, we used all of our offers, but okay, I gotta go through Player Finder to sign him. So let's go give Banton an offer, and then we should be ready to go next season. So I'm getting all 3 of these guys back using the bird rights, so I'm very excited about that. And worst case scenario, we can throw them in trades later on. So Nick Smith Jr. Is developing very nicely today. Yesterday, he didn't do that too much, so I'm excited to see that. And Nkongwu, Hero, and Barnes. So we kind of have a nice big 4 going here. And of course, we can continue to add to that. I think at the trade deadline, using like Gary Trent, Kispert, and some other salary, there is easily a small forward we could obtain at the trade deadline. So we're in a pretty good spot. I will say the GM has set us up in a pretty good position. So I'm feeling pretty good about where we're at as a roster, and it can only get better once we get to the deadline. So we are stopped at the trade deadline, and my target has been acquired. It is Brandon Miller on the San Antonio Spurs. Currently, right now, they are rebuilding, and they don't have him as untouchable, and he's only making $11 million, which I can easily match right now. So we take a look at some of the depth that we have. We're able to definitely trade a couple or two of these point guards if we need to. We got Trent, D'Anthony Melton. Like, there's so much depth at our guard spot. We need to add some forwards here at the deadline, so I'm really excited about the idea of getting Brandon Miller here. So let's go to the Spurs and let's go talk to them about Brandon Miller. So this is one of the Brandon Millers in the league currently. Of course, there's two of them. The other one is on Oklahoma City, and they're currently contending, so I can't get him, but I can get this one, which is also kind of a W, I guess, because now I have two different guys I can grab. But I'm going to probably offer Melton and one of the point guards. So D'Anthony Melton, and then I'll offer, maybe it's Sasser. Do I want to offer Holloway or Sasser? I mean, Holloway's a little bit younger, so he might still develop a little bit more. And then Sasser's making about $6 million per year right now. Do they have anybody? Najee. That's probably going to be too much trade value for them. And I might not be able to throw anybody in here. Lively has got a no trade clause. Griffith, and it's just like literally so close, but so far. So Melton, and then let's say maybe not. What's Holloway's trade value? 2.5, okay, and then you give me Najee. So something like this where I guess let's just try Melton and for Miller straight across, but of course with a bunch of draft picks. So our unprotected 2027 is not going to do it for them. Let's go 2029 and then 2031. Let's see what they say about this. So all this for Miller. They agree. So just like that, we didn't even have to give up too much depth, and now we have Brandon Miller as a starting small forward. So we got Nick Smith, Hero, Brandon Miller added, Scotty Barnes on Kongwu, Gary Trent Jr., Kispert, Zubac, and then Delano Banton. Honestly, solid rotation. I would not be surprised at all if this team could potentially go out there and win a championship this season. Would not shock me whatsoever. I will see you guys in the playoffs. Jay wins MVP. Koa Pete's your rookie of the year on the Bucks. Carson Wallace, 6-man in Golden State. You got Wembanyama on the Wizards. Not to be confused with the other Wembanyama in the league. This is the Wizards, Victor Wembanyama, just so you know. Ian Jackson, most improved. Steven is your coach of the year for the Rockets still. And then Joseph Jackson, I'm assuming that's the Rockets as well. Got Shea, Morant, Giannis, Tatum, Jokic. All five of these guys are still on their same team. So shout out to the GMs for keeping them. Has anyone changed rosters yet? Literally no one yet has changed rosters. Henderson is in New Orleans. Giddey is in Miami, so that's one change, I guess. Randall's in San Antonio, Kevin Durant still in Phoenix, and Joel Embiid still in Philly. All right, interesting. Now, we're in the playoffs, but we are the 5th seed in the East, so I'm not sure we do win a championship this season, but I'm really excited about where we finished off. So Smith is averaging 23 points per game, absolutely leading the way. It's kind of ironic because, like I said, yesterday, I had Nick Smith Jr. in that Warriors video, but he really didn't develop into this for us. So maybe it's just like a base by base thing here in 2K. Hero, 22 points per game, 18 or 19 from Barnes and Shea, then 15 from Trent, 12 from Okongwu, 10 from Brandon Miller. We gave up a lot for him, and he's not scoring too much, but him being an 86 overall, I think was worth it. Zubac, and then Kispert, and Delano Banton. We have a really solid bench, honestly. So I think no doubt we should be able to win a championship, at least one in this video with how well-rounded we are. So we get Charlotte in round 1. Maybe it's here. Maybe we can win a championship year number 1. They got Fultz, LaMelo, Whitmore, Boncaro, and then Mark Williams, Sadiq Bey. Boncaro and LaMelo as a duo is pretty nasty. I'm not going to lie. So they got Orlando's, Markelle Fultz, and Boncaro. So let's somebody current round against Charlotte. We're going to go up 2-1, but they win. Okay, it's 3-2. Can we beat them in 6? Yes, we do. We're on to round 2. And Brooklyn actually upset Indiana. Do we have a ticket to the Eastern Conference Finals, or are we going to lose to an 8th seed? So they got Fred VanVleet, Daniels, Ingram, Noel, Claxton. This is actually a nasty 8th seed. I will not lie. And you got former Raptors legend Fred VanVleet as well. So they still have Ben Simmons in Brooklyn, which is funny. But Jet Howard is still there. And then Claxton and the Ingram and Dyson Daniels, of course, really nice additions there. So game 1, we're up 1-0 though. 31-9 from Nick Smith Jr. Game 2, they even it up. Game 3, they're up 2-1. Are we gonna lose here? 3-1. Damn, man, we're gonna lose to an A seed, bro. That sucks. That sucks. All right. So A seed makes it all the way to the conference finals. Now we have the Rockets, Wembanyama, and then Henderson. Did the Wizards and Bulls play each other? That would be funny. But let's go to Henderson with the Chicago Bulls. So we got a Bulls Henderson and a Pelicans Henderson, as we saw. And he got the Rockets going on to win a championship. I'm making another change here in the offseason. I'm going to be trading Gary Trent Jr. for Davion Mitchell. I think Mitchell is going to be exactly what we need as a backup point guard to Nick Smith Jr. He may even start over Nick Smith. I don't know. It just kind of depends on the progression. But I feel like Gary Trent Jr., as much as he does bring scoring, of course, for us, I think we need more defense than we do scoring, and Mitchell, of course, only averaging 12 points. They're kind of the same player, but of course we're getting an overall upgrade across the board, and it's not going to cost us anything but a second-round pick. So that is a done deal for me. And just like that, we walk away with Davion Mitchell, and then Nick Smith will have to be re-signed. Brandon Miller have to be re-signed. So we're going to be spending some money this offseason, 100%. Hero's a free agent. We may get hard cap this offseason, to be honest with you. So let's go to draft night, and let's see what rookie we got. So we had a second-round pick because, of course, we traded it for Miller. Nkongwu declined, so that's a center that we're losing right now. So that's definitely something we got to look into. Aid Holloway is a free agent, and then qualifying offers Nick Smith, Brandon Miller, Hero. So that's 4 guys, including Nkongwu, that we got to resign right now. Probably to massive contracts, and there's a chance we may not be able to do everything. So look at these guys: 31, 37, 34, 39. I'm gonna have to. It's gonna be tough to resign. I don't know if we'll be able to resign all these guys because right now we have Barnes making money, Mitchell making money, Kisper's making some money. Like, this is going to be tough. I'm going to have to dump somebody, I think. So right now we got so many backup point guards. It's not even funny. Ray will probably keep Kisper. So I got to dump some of these point guards that we have. And then maybe I got to dump Koloko as well. So I'm going to dump Alvarado. There's no reason to have him, to be honest with you. So I'm just going to dump him maybe for a second. I don't think I need a first round pick for him, but just a second round pick is fine with me. And then Sasser or Holloway, I'm going to dump Sasser as well. He's 26, but if I can get like, Jeremiah Green, save a little bit of money. A first is fine for me. Lottery protected, we'll go with that. And then now we'll try to resign everyone. So Tyler Hero and Nkongwu, we're giving everybody a contract. And then Brandon Miller is restricted, so we can wait on that. And then actually, so we gave Hero and Nkongwu offers. So Hero's actually still restricted, which is weird actually. And then Brandon Miller, so I got to wait. I don't know why Hero's restricted still. I mean, he definitely should, whatever. It's going to glitch into an unrestricted offer, qualifying offer. Not sure why he's still a restricted free agent at this point in the game, but that's all right. So that's going to make it cheaper for us. And now I can re-sign Nick Smith and Brandon Miller. So this is going to be expensive, but it's going to be worth it. I almost just renounced both of them because 2K loves to do that to you. So Miller and Nick Smith, welcome back to Toronto. And then we should maybe have money to sign one more player, but I don't know if it's going to be necessary. So right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, we don't really need another addition. We could also move Smith, or so yeah, they might have Mitchell start over Smith. I'm not sure. Then Holloway, maybe we can move to backup shooting guard. We can maybe do something like that, and then that will be what we roll with. Shooting guard, he actually goes down, so I'll leave him at point guard. So let's go look at progression now. We're not saying anyone else in free agency, and let's see what we're about to look like player progression wise. Let's see if Smith just goes up even more because he's been solid for us. I'm glad we're able to bring everybody back, but player progression wise, got Barnes, Mitchell. So Smith didn't develop even more, but being an 85 is still solid. Mitchell might be our starting point guard, and then Holloway and Ray. So I guess Nick Smith can be like a 6-man if he's not starting. We'll see what 2K decides. But honestly, I think we should be able to win a championship this season. I'm feeling pretty confident about the idea of this team coming out here and winning a championship in only 2 seasons with this 2026 roster. So Mitchell will start. They'll have Hero, Miller, Barnes, Nkongwu, Smith as a 6-man, Kisper, Zubac, and Aid Holloway. Very, very solid. Proficiency is 4.5 balance. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the playoffs. And this time, we should honestly be bona fide contenders. And we should be like a top 3 seed in my opinion. So at the end of the season, we actually finished up as the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference. So if we go take a look at the player stats real quick, you had 25 from Tyler Hero, 19 from Nick Smith Jr., 18 from Scotty Barnes, 12 from Brandon Miller, then 12 from Mitchell, and then 12 from Nkongwu, 10 from Aid Holloway. So he's even starting to develop. He's an 80 overall himself, but Hero 25, and then Nick Smith Jr. 19 off the bench for us, which is awesome. And then Barnes, and then Miller, and then Mitchell. So can we come out here and win a championship, though? That is the ultimate goal, of course. We get Detroit in round 1. They have Cade Cunningham, Desmond Bane. That's a nasty backcourt, I'm not going to lie. But the rest of the roster is to be desired. It's not that great. So if we find a way to lose to Detroit, I'm going to be pretty upset because I feel like we're better across the board. Somebody current round, and we absolutely just demolished them. Swept them. They're out of our way. Moving on. Round 2, that was too easy. But now we get Washington, and they have Victor Wembanyama. So this is going to be a little different. They got Poole, Edwards, Flowers, Williams, Wembanyama, Gregory Jackson, Jake LaRavia, Kobe White, Josh Hart, and then Aaron Rowe. So definitely a solid squad they have in Washington. We have a solid squad as well, though. I think we matched up decently. So game 1, we're up 1-0, beat them by 19. Hero 28, 9, and 7. 26, 5, and 3 from Nick Smith. He's been solid. We're up 2-0. We beat them by 20. Game 3, they win game 3, and they win game 4. All right, so they've evened it up, and now I'm not feeling good about my chances. We got to win this game 5. Most times When you win game 5, more often than not, that is the guy that goes on to win the series. So we got to make sure, or the team, I should say, not guy, but you get the point. So can we take care of business? We are going to win game 5, 23-5-8 from Tyler Hero. And can we beat them in 6? No, we cannot. We're going to a game 7. Damn, man. I wanted that game 7 or game 6 victory, no sweat. But now we're going to be sweating a game 7. Here we go. Game 7, all or nothing. Win or go home. Can we hang on to this lead? Going to be a back and forth game. And can we please beat them? We hang on to the lead right now. It's looking good. It's looking good. And just like that, we have beat them 107-126. And one thing I just thought about, by the way, you guys see how Anthony Edwards is on the Wizards? I mean, I'm sure most of you guys have watched that Through the Wire interview with Anthony Edwards. And if you guys remember, he was like, one thing I can't do is beat the Wizards. Well, if you can't beat them, join them, right? So Edwards is on the Wizards now. Just kidding. But regardless, let's go play the Indiana Pacers. So Pacers, they got Lonzo. Shout out to Lonzo. Really hope he's able to play basketball again. Super sad what's going on with him right now. Lonzo, Beal, Okoro, Eason, Miles Turner, Jakob Poeltl, Jared Vanderbilt. Solid rotation, but honestly, there's no like Webb and Yama I have to deal with here. So I feel like we should be able to beat this team regardless of how solid they are. But game 1, we're up 1-0. We beat them by 7. 24-5 from Hero. Game 2, they even it up. All right. Game 3, we're up 2-1. Game 4, they even it up. Game 5, big one. We win it. Can we win game 6? Yes, we can. We are in the NBA Finals, and we get to play the Rockets. So we get to play Webb and Yama twice, which is unfair, but it's my own fault. So now we get the Rockets. We have Davidson, Green, Benedict Mathurin, Jabari, Webb and Yama, Jarris Walker, OG Anunoby, Jason, Meek Thomas, Anthony Lamb. All right. Honestly, solid team, but I feel like we're a little bit more well-rounded. So hopefully this, goes to us. We're down 1-0. We even it up, though. Can we win 2? Yep, game 3. Can we win game 4? Yes, we can. Can we win game 5? Let's go, baby. That was almost like, I don't know. It felt, the Raptors definitely set us up for success. They had such a good foundation already as it was. Of course, they already had Barnes. They had Siakam for us as well if we were able to keep him, but we were able to turn him into Tyler Hero. They already had on Kungwu. They had freaking Nick Smith Jr. So, like, I kind of took over a good spot. Like, I wasn't in a terrible position whatsoever. So, you know what? Shout out to the assistant GM here in 2K for the Toronto Raptors. You did a fantastic job, and you set us up for some huge success here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you guys drop a like if you did. I'll see you on the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.